Rah.
Report.
Report. I love it. I love it. Hey, Rev Mina
Good.
Roman, South Jersey. Hoorah.
Make sure I can see, man. I gotta see it. There's this old song, Reverend Emilio called ah man, I can't even think of the name of the song, but he says, let me put on my glasses so I can see what I'm saying. It's a West Coast group. I think it's Ice Cube in
Okay.
NWA back in the days, but it just made me think about that, man. It's early. It's 07:01. We're here, brother. It's good to see you. Looks like you done got some fluids in your body. You done got yourself moving, man. How you feeling right now, bro? I'm sure anybody out there wants to hear because they saw our face a lot in the last 72 some odd hours. They want to know how you feeling this morning, man. And how are you feeling, brother?
Thank you, my brother. Listen, thank you for asking. I just went live just prior to you coming on, and just checking in with people and just sharing
Yeah.
what we've been through this weekend. And I, gave you a shout out and everyone who poured into us. And what Coach T.O. was saying, for those of you who weren't on here, I haven't been feeling well, and so can you imagine? We're about to do a marathon. We're about to do 12 hours, and we
Oh,
build
yeah.
it up, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I can't really come on the whole time. So
Yeah.
that's when you have your peoples around you, right? Who really truly have your six, right? There you go. And by the way, it's Daniela's birthday. Happy
Oh,
birthday.
wow.
Happy
Happy
birthday, love.
birthday, Daniela. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Happy
So
birthday.
between
That's
her and you,
outstanding.
Coach T.O., thank you. I'm on the men's, so thank you.
That's good, man. Well, that's good to hear, brother. And I tell you, man, it's only right, that we're here collectively together, brother, to for you and I to take the time together, man, whether it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, to really reflect on, first and foremost,
Yeah.
last Friday, man, what it means, and just that vision of you called it, man. I I I didn't think of it. I could tell you that. I just remember you just saying, Reverend Emilio, hey, we are going to do a marathon. You didn't say, hey, what do you think about maybe us doing a marathon, and what's your thoughts? You was like, no, we're doing a marathon, and brother, we're gonna do it at the top of the year, man. As long as it takes, we're gonna bring on our fellow brethren and sisters as in veterans and extensions of veterans. And hey, what do you think about it? And I remember just saying, hey, bro, like I'm with it. Like
Yeah.
whatever it takes. This is how we get down. We believe in stretching ourselves. We believe in growing. So man, I mean, what again for the listeners out there, the viewership that's either seeing it now or seeing it later. What what was it for you, brother? Like what was it that made you say, "Hey, man, let's do this"? What was it?
Amen. And thank you for asking, brother. Again, thank you for seeing the vision from day one, right? Because it's
Mhm.
not everyone sees the vision. Everyone
Right.
after the fact, like, today, Monday morning quarterback, right? My Eagles
Hmm.
lost. Everybody's got their, what Coach Sirianni should have done, shouldn't have done, should he started,
Hmm.
and so that's how it is with anything that is on the trajectory for success, right?
Right.
People, well, there's the doubters. Well, with me, what I've noticed is I was on a marathon and it was for domestic violence. And I was
Mhm.
invited to be a panelist with Andy Berger. I believe you met Andy Berger. And
Yeah.
she was with human trafficking. She was, as a young girl, she was passed around. And so today, I've had the good fortune, and Daniela got to meet her, and just beautiful soul. And I saw the impact that
Hmm.
she's having with her organization. And again, I was a part of the marathon, and I was like, we need to bring that over to our veterans. So that
Yeah.
was the catalyst for us. And then I shared this with you, and like I said, I know I didn't ask you, I thrust it upon you, but you were that Marine, like, I'm in, like, we're already here, let's do
Right.
it. And so I thank you, because I know that it helped. It helped more
Hmm.
than one person, because people were coming on and saying it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, man. It it was, I told you in a message back and forth after the very next day, that Saturday, it really did take a lot up out of me, brother. Like I was tired, man. Like I was tired. My children seen it. They was like, Dad, like, why are you talking like that? You talking like you out of it. And before I could even open my mouth, Kizzy was like, your dad talked for 12 straight hours yesterday. And you all, leave him alone, let him be. He needs to rest or whatever. And I was like, nah, it's all right, babe. I said, no, your mom's right. I did run my mouth a lot. I said, but I'm used to that because I run my mouth, and as it comes with my DNA, man. I've been told my whole life, hey, bro, you're a talker, man. I don't know if it's NY in you. I don't, whatever it is. Your dad being a talker or a preacher or whatever, but we laughed about it. My sons and I, so like I told him, I said, man, hey, when you pour, when you give, when you serve, uh, you'll know. I said, man, trust me, man. Think of all the people out here throughout the holidays, volunteering, stepping up, giving toys to kids. I got a partner back home named Divine Karama. Shout out to my man Divine Karama. He's a world renowned hip hop artist. Good clean hip hop. He's not out here talking about selling guns and killing and shooting and robbing and crazy crap. He's very positive, man, and has always been for the community.
Beautiful.
Uh, he does a annual coat drive every year for less and unfortunate youth. And I've seen him physically, man. Just this past few weeks, he's sitting in back of a big box truck with coats and jackets, and he's giving, man. There's people out there that don't buy his music or don't like how he rhymes and all of that. But one thing you can't say about my man is that he's not out here on the front line uh, showing action. He's putting up uh, and doing what he's supposed to do, man. And I feel the same way for Friday, Emilio. Somebody is going to have a better 2026 because of last Friday. I know that for sure. Uh, for the individuals that could not make it on, so, there's a lot more brothers and sisters out there that uh, just wasn't able to come on, and that's understood. They were definitely there with us in spirit, Emilio. But for the individuals who did, man, it's, hey, brother, when I tell you, man, like I just went back and looked at a few snippets, and I was like, wow, man, this was good, man. Just back to back, all throughout the whole entire day. And it's still out there, you all. It's going to be out there. We're not taking it down. So um, go and check it out. To sit and watch it from the beginning for 12 hours all the way to the end, I can understand that. There's no movies out there that I know of just 12 straight hours. But to be entertained is one thing, but to really learn, you'll see some key things you all out there that really stand out from the Born to Risk zero 07 to 1900, as we say, which is 7 p.m. roll call marathon. You'll see camaraderie. You will see discipline. You'll see a real big one, sacrifice. Someone said to me yesterday, like, man, every time I clicked on throughout the day, did you even go use the bathroom, T.O.? I was like, I said I did once or twice. Teamwork was displayed.
Yeah.
Daniela coming in, you coming in, I'm on. So many different attributes that we stress as veterans. you all were displayed, not just based on behalf of us three, obviously, but other individuals were stopping what they were doing
Yes.
wherever they were in the world. We went from, oh my goodness, man, from Florida to DC to Houston, Texas to up north, Philly, NY. It was people from all over, uh, Kentucky, man, like that just poured in, and to go down the line and shout out each individual. It's in the chat. I see Danielle in there on her birthday, spitting the names out: Lancelot, Theobald, Raymond Giles, Kim Brody Finley.
Yeah, that's right. I got some right here.
Yeah, man. Paul Stroster,
Mhm.
Dr. Vinny Cochran, Stu Maynard, Low
Right.
Max. So yeah, bro, she just said it, man, and I concur. It definitely was a real blessing, brother. Stu in the house, man. Stu's in formation. Right now, 0712. It feels good to have the master guns, you know, holding down the fort, brother. And I'll say this, man, and what's on your heart? We'd love to hear from you, Reverend Emilio. But I must say, brother, there is one portion of Friday that really, really got me kind of like, wow, man. And that was, oh man, Dr. Vinnie Cochran, JJ Ragland, man. JJ Ragland, for those of you all that do not know, was Dr. Vinnie Cochran's recruit, you know, back in the good old days, as we call it. Uh, JJ Ragland spent a whole career in the Marine Corps. He's passed the baton, the torch down to his kids. His son's in the Marine Corps. I think he's a gunnery sergeant now. He's been a drill instructor. He's hopefully, if all goes well, going to be an AMOI, which is Assistant Marine Officer Instructor at a university. The major universities across the United States. We'll find out, within due time what school that he's going to get. His father, obviously, J.J. Ragland, had NC State down in Raleigh. His daughter is a captain in the Air Force. She works with, I think, what we call the Keiko, uh, dealing with the Keiko aspect of the military, which is not always easy to do. Keiko meaning uh, individuals that pass away up in Delaware, I believe. She's a captain there. So, but just being able to see that link, Emilio, in real time, man, like you can't prepare that. Like that, you can, but it- it- to have them two in the same exact space, Dr. Vinnie Cochran, and just to see Dr. Vinnie's face
Yeah.
with Jonathan Ragland next to him on the screen, knowing that, man, I for 3 months gave the best of me to this young man, brought him into the Marine Corps, trained him, poured into him, led him, guided him. I could keep naming the different attributes. The JJ did tie buckle him, and for him to see the fruits of that labor all of these years later, no one can tell Timothy O. Clay, man, T.O. Clay, that born to risk roll calls not touching someone, because it did, brother. And I'm telling you, and Daniela, birthday girl, man, she said it closing out the marathon on Friday. My husband had this vision, and the vision that my husband had, trust me, it was on full display today. So, man, I wanted to get that out there, man. And so many other, great moments. But to see Stu Maynard, Dr. Vinnie Cochran, Jan Vier, JJ Ragland, all in one aspect, bro. Paul McFadden, all in one aspect. That was truly special, brother. just to hear, how they feel, and reflecting on us all being together up on the Benjamin Franklin yacht, a few of us, just bridging those gaps. It was seamless. Nobody's trying to step on each other's toes. Nobody's trying to steal the mic from one another. And no, get out of the way. Look at me. And everybody is just like, man, this here is good. And that's all I've heard, Reverend Emilio,
Yeah.
is, hey, man, this was, as we've been saying for a couple years now, to include Stu, man, it's really therapeutic. And if we're just giving that a fill-in for a veteran out of a 24-hour day, if for 5 to 10 minutes, just like this live right now, you know, if we can give a feeling of hope, a feeling of camaraderie, a feeling of, just that you're for within feeling of like, man, I know this feeling. I've felt this before, whether it was the last time I was in combat with my brothers or sisters, or on the flight line, running around the streets of uh, DI school or whatever. Man, hat off to you again for that vision, brother. Hat off to you, man.
Thank you, my
For real.
brother. Listen, and you highlighted. Thank you again. I mean, me having the vision is one thing, right? And then having people to support that vision, that's a whole nother thing entirely. Because
Absolutely.
things sound good or they look good in our heads, but then when you do the implementation, that execution piece, like who's there, who's with you, right? Who's to your
Right.
left, who's to your right. So the blessing here is that I've got good people that if it was good, they're gonna let you know it's good, you know.
Yeah.
And if it sucks, it's like, man, yeah, I'm not really feeling that. And so
Right.
I'm glad that we put it out there and we rolled with it. And look what the impact. Look at the
Yeah.
impact. And so the
Yeah.
blessing is a couple of things that come to mind, and that you mentioned in real time. We saw Dr. Vinnie Cochran. You say Jay Rag. Now you're saying JJ Ragland, right? JJ Ragland. And I caught a good part of his story, and I love
Mhm.
how you're saying that Dr. Vinnie Cochran brought him in, and then now where his son, right, a current gunnery sergeant, and his daughter, I heard him say something about Dover, and I want to say Dover, Delaware. I don't know why
Yeah.
that stands out.
Yep. Yep.
And I
Dover.
remember just being drawn in when you guys mentioned about like her job. Like
Hmm.
no one said this is where the dead bodies come in, but the way
Right.
it was positioned, it was like I looked at my wife and I was like, I just happened to be in the kitchen. I was like, yeah, that's when they're bringing our boys and girls home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
job, the trauma that's got to, and the kind of individual. So that stood out to me. And what's relevant also with Dr. Vinnie Cochran, I was at an event in the DMV area, Coach Tio. You'll love this.
Hmm.
I was at a DMV and Dr. Vinnie Cochran was there. We were all there together. The troops that we normally hang out with, Jose Escobar and all them. And there was a gentleman there, and I don't know why the name Joseph stands out, but he also served with Dr. Vinnie Cochran. And like
Oh,
he was
wow.
like sort of like a recruit, and they were embracing, and I was like, this is wild. And the young man kept saying, not that young man, but kept saying that Dr. Vinnie Cochran was his drill instructor. There you go. He kept saying that. I was like, what are the odds of that? So that was pretty cool. And then to hear this going on, let's say good morning. Good morning, Angeline. Blessings to you. So in real time, we're able to kind of bridge the gap. And again, please keeping in mind what roll call is, right? Roll call is to share resources with our veterans and their families. And so that's what people did. I mean, they were sharing the resources. There were things that I was like, oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you remember Stu Maynard. I want to say, yes, it was Stu that was on. We got talking about the psoas muscle. He was
Yeah.
talking about,
Yeah.
his knees and the type of therapy. So what a blessing to have the perspective of about educational benefits, medical benefits, and
Yes.
all of that. What was really brought to the fold just with a conversation very much like this. And we're grateful and we're looking forward to bringing more of this. So anyone here who's watching, please share this out again. We keep saying this. Sharing is caring. And this is not about Coach T.O. or myself. This is about, we already have these benefits. And veterans have benefits that are allocated specifically for veterans. And if we don't use them, they get removed. So basically, that's why we want to find out and hey, who needs the benefits? We can connect you with people.
Yes. Former heavyweight champion, Army veteran, Ray Mercer, humble, gracious soul. Oh man, bro, shout out to Jacqueline Height, man, because for me, man, every one of us knows someone of special status. I'll leave it at that, man. Whether it's celebrity, professional ball player in whatever game out there, but a lot of people say things, but sometimes that fruition doesn't come all the way live. But I'm telling you, brother, I saw brother Ray Mercer pop in, here on the set, behind the scenes. I saw him pop in because I know his face. That's Ray Mercer.
Yes.
And that's when myself, JJ Ragland, and Evans Janvier, shout out to JV. We call him JV, Janvier for short, JV. And I saw Ray pop in, behind the stage, and my hand went forward because I was so excited, like, oh man, that's Ray Mercer. But then I said, but it's not his time though. Hey, he's a veteran. Our brothers here are veterans. Hey, these brothers are knee deep in, their bond and camaraderie in the moment. And then he went back out. Ray Mercer did. So I was like, oh, okay. He must just been testing the link.
Smart.
Yeah, he was testing the link just to make sure, okay, this is what they sent me. Let me click on this thing and boom. Obviously he wasn't on the main stage for the viewership out there, but I was like, man, Ray Mercer's really coming, bro. Because I seen him, Emilio. I seen him. I was like, bro, that's Ray Mercer, bro. Like, when you start talking about boxing, oh man, all of us collectively. I mean, you're in the city of brotherly love, right across the bridge from Gloucester, and man, you're there. It's you can't think about Philly and not think about Rocky Balboa, man. I mean, we know it's a fictitious character, but I believe Rocky came from Rocky Marciano, like just that vision being thought. I know for the mastermind over the summer, you took some great people down to the statue. Talk to us about that, brother. How was that moment, man? How did that go?
Amen, brother. No, thank you. And yeah, boxing. I wouldn't call myself a boxing aficionado, but I enjoy boxing. I used to box when I was a young man. I used to come home. My mom was like, "What are they doing to you?" So I used to come with my ears blood clot. Like I'm talking about red blood clot. And I wanted to box, and I had an Army veteran, big guy, just trained me. He used to train at the house. His son was a Golden Glove. And, I grew up in the neighborhood. And anyway, so I got to watch all the fights, the big fights and all these cool things, not live, just on television, the old tube. And you get to hear the older generation talking about, my God, who Boom Boom Mancini and that whole generation, right? So it's like incredible. And I'll share something on him in a second. But I remember like my first love when I learned how to box, I would throw the punch. And a lot of us, when you're young, and even to this day, you see this with young people boxing, you showboating, right? You throw your jab and you come down. Well, my guy, he would have me throw it. And then the minute I would drop it down, pop me, boom. He was like, you got to snap, bring it back, bring it back. And then we keep it like this. So anyway, where I'm going with this is I got to learn real quick. Like even now, this is when I was 13, 14 years old. and Danielle and I, we do boxing and stuff at the house. We even have some punching bags, and so it's interesting how those things still stay in you,
Oh,
right?
definitely.
You
Yes.
know, so the boxing, just I've absolutely loved boxing. I've done more martial arts than boxing, but I just grew up around it, right? I grew up around the old school. Let's talk about, because I know you want to talk about the event that happened there, but let me bring you back to Big Bear, because you know Big Bear.
Oh, absolutely,
So
brother.
we wanted to do something special, and I think you might have read it. You might have read it in Daniela's book. We wanted to do something special for his birthday, and I connected with Boom Boom Mancini. Did you remember
Wow.
reading that anywhere? You don't remember reading that?
I do. I remember that piece. Yes.
Yeah. So I went ahead, just did some research, and I got for Big Bear. They sat him down for his birthday. All of a sudden, there comes Boom Boom Mancini saying, "Hey, Big Bear," like a pre-recorded happy birthday message,
Yeah, man. That's
right?
good.
And
That's
all of a
good.
sudden, he was like, because he was challenged his last couple years. He was the dementia really the combination of the Parkinson's and things kicking in,
Right,
right?
right,
So
right.
with the memory loss, let's just say that I want to stand corrected. Um, and to see his face, he was like, because he grew up, he's a boxing aficionado, and to
Absolutely.
grow up to have him Boom Boom Mancini, give him a happy birthday and talk to him in Italian too. So he was doing some of that Italian
Yeah,
talk.
yeah,
It was just I got chills because that was priceless. So
yeah.
for me, to bring it back to Philadelphia, when we had the Born to Risk, as you know, when we launched Born to Risk, you were there. We launched it in Philadelphia. It was only fitting that we do this at the Rocky Steps. Right, everyone goes there for the Rocky Steps. So we brought in our guy Mark Cox, had some martial arts. We had him there. I was sore for a week because
Wow.
I was the test dummy. Uh,
Mm,
I wanted to add that piece for our participants. I wanted to show them some martial arts, some self defense. Because we're born to risk, man. I mean, it
that's
is what
right.
it is. We're born to
That's
risk,
right.
and we got to understand that we're not just writers and speakers, but we got to take care of our whole body and health.
That's right. That's right.
And I know I'm going a little bit off a tangent, but here's something that I truly believe in, Coach Tio. I truly believe that swimming and fighting, you are a liability to your family if you can't do one of those two things.
Oh, indeed.
Period.
Indeed.
Period. Like if you
Right.
don't know how to swim, your grandson, your mother, somebody's dying. You can't help them because you can't swim. Like you're a
Right.
liability to me,
Right.
you know. And somebody breaks into this house, I'm out for the count. You can't pick it up. You don't know how to defend yourself. You're a
Yeah, man.
liability to me.
Yes.
That's how I feel about it, and that's one of the things that I'm always helping. Even with what we're doing with the Wrist Circle, we're doing martial arts. We're doing, and it's not martial arts where you need to have a black belt. No, it's just how do
Right.
you disable and disarm somebody within seconds
Right.
who's trying to. They have no good intentions, but they're coming after you and your wife and your
Mm.
children.
Yeah,
So
that's real,
that's
brother. That's real, man. I
yeah.
mean, Daniela and I, we talked about it on the marathon on Friday. We had some great conversation, bro, about those vulnerable moments.
Mm.
And we've all experienced it from, the time you were on the train to,
Uh,
what I mentioned about being at the walk for peace. It's still a lot of people. Anywhere there's a lot of people, you already know, man, anything can jump off. And the way I was telling your wife, man, it's like it's a vulnerable moment when you go through the contingency plan in your head, Emilio, like, okay,
uh,
we wasn't even expecting to be that many people, bro. I mean, we knew it would be people there. I mean, because it's a great cause with the Buddhist monks doing what they're doing. Shout out to those gentlemen. humble spirits for all the right reasons. But we knew once we got there, like, man, this it's a lot of people out here. And I start, going through the Rolodex in my Marine Corps, thinking of the country music concert out in Vegas. We know what happened. Uh, Clubs and things down in Florida. We know what happened. You know, not long ago with the gentleman named Charlie. We know what happened. So I'm automatically like, oh man, and Kizzy's on a cane, bro, barely able to walk, coming off the hip surgery. So, no, you're right, man, and it's very important. And we're in alignment because we both know uh, quadruple as Marines for one, how important it is to be sharp on what I call being on your dean. Uh, it's man, Emilio, just that one aspect of it. Because I'm thinking about the two things you said: swimming, being able to protect yourself. However that may be. Uh, the other fold is the light. We got the Marine Corps in common.
Mhm.
We understand that concept, but as business owners, we also have that in common because the light with the love, intellect, greatness, health. That health piece, the H in light is health. And it's not all the way mental health. It's not all the way physical health. It's not all the way spiritual health. It's all combined. And again, like you said, a little bit of everything, you can't go wrong. But one thing I will say, shout out to Daniela. We were talking about it Friday once again. We're talking about how moms have superpower, brother. So I wouldn't be surprised, bro, if and
Yeah.
man, God is my witness. Kizzy just popped up in the chat. Good morning, Kizzy.
Morning.
That's how I know it's in alignment because, like I said to Daniela, a mama, if them babies is in some kind of harm's way, a mama, bro, she'll pick up a Ford F-150 over top of her head to help them babies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll see her running across the top of the water. Even if she can't swim, something spiritual, bro, ain't no telling. She'll jump in that water and grab a log or do something, man. So, but the point is, if you can take advantage up front while you can. Shout out to Mark Cox too, man, because he's making a major impact out there on the West Coast, and it's like you said, it's fitting. It's fitting, man, being at the Rocky statue in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. For the individuals that don't live there, never been there, to get that experience is special, and that's what Born to Risk is all about, brother, in so many different ways. It's awesome.
Hey, man. No, thank you for sharing that. And the story, Rocky, you're down, right? And you're getting back up. And so a
Yeah,
lot of us had that comeback story. Hey, good morning,
yeah,
Jonathan. So
yeah,
it's so fitting that we did this at the Rocky Steps, and everyone has their own Rocky story. So
yeah.
that's what I've learned. For
Mhm.
you and I know it's the addiction, right? How we
Yes,
struggled with things, and most people
absolutely.
counted us out, right? One,
Come on,
two,
bro.
three. A
You,
lot of
you
us,
speaking.
now. Here's the thing. Here's what I do know, and I'm for some reason it's landed on my spirit this week. This the thought. Sometimes you can just run away with a thought, and I was like, wow, how many times people counted me out, and now I'm counting myself out too, right? Because they say 1% doubt, you're out. So
That's
never
right.
mind anybody else counting you out. Like how many
Yeah.
times the reason I stayed down long enough is because I started to buy into it. But the minute
Hmm.
you know, God gives you that lifeline, and
That's
and
it.
it's like all I need is just a little bit, just to hang on.
Yeah,
Just a
bro.
belief of a mustard seed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes that's why it was so important for roll call for us, because I know there are people watching. I know this
Yeah.
that we're not even commenting, but yet we're impacted by what we were sharing, right?
Yeah.
Because I have a couple of folks. I have one I know I have an author. They're struggling right now, and I know that they were helped by it. Right? They didn't
Yes.
comment or anything, but I know that the message that was shared by a bunch of us, Kizzy, good morning. Just Kizzy's just inspiring. Here had full hip surgery. Is that correct?
That's
Right?
correct. Yeah.
And showing up the way she did, showing up for the event and ATL for peace. I mean, think about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of inspiration. I never counted you out of it. Babe, I know. Without you, you already know where I would most likely be. You know, they say, and I'm transitioning here. You know, they say for people like me that have been in active addiction, you end up in one of three places, right? Coach Seal, you've heard this before. You're either dead, jail, or institutionalized, right? That's basically it. That's it. And so thank God for recovery. Thank God for the VA, right?
Man.
And thank God for God's mercy.
Yeah, bro. It's again, man, another real topic that real veterans deal with every single day. You know, we get throwing so many key words from, you know, addiction to homelessness,
Yeah.
uh, severe PTSD. We could throw in all of these different attributes that all fit into one basket. And sometimes they could just continue to compound on one another. And everybody's affected, you know, in some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
You see a homeless veteran out on the street, most times, more than likely, Emilio, they have family somewhere. Somebody is somewhere hurting. They don't want to see them that way. They saw them one time or another in their uniform, you know, headshot photo that we all take as young recruits, regardless of branch of service. They saw them in that light somewhere along the journey, and were proud somewhere along the journey, whether it was a mom, yeah, my son is in the Navy, bless his heart, he's stationed out in San Diego or whatever. And then you blink and they're dealing with the compound stress of now they're embarrassed to even talk about it. They may be afraid to say, hey, you know, my son is homeless in, you know, Philadelphia, because I think about Brother Bernard. You know, I've mentioned him a few times,
That's right.
you know, up there in Philly when we were together up there for your speaking competition. Uh, Brother Bernard said out of his mouth when I asked him, I said, man, you from Philly, brother? He looked me straight in the eyes like he took offense to that. Like, hell no, I ain't from this city. He was like, oh no, I'm from South Carolina. And I
Right.
was like, wow. And trust me, Reverend Emilio, it opened up a whole different feeling, because what's in South Carolina? Paris Island. You know, much time spent down on that island. And anybody from the state of South Carolina, anybody, you find me a person from the state of South Carolina that doesn't know what Paris Island is, or at least have heard of Paris Island. They may never have been there. There's plenty of places in our home state that we not necessarily have been, but they know that's where Marines are trained. That's where
Right.
Marines go to boot camp. So, Brother Bernard, man, like blessings out to him today, wherever he is, man. He may still be on the streets. He may not be, man, but my heart's with him. And that's why I say, man, there were so many things with the marathon discussed from current veterans that are doing things to really make a difference. That's what it was totally about. That's what right now in this moment, 0740 a.m. Everybody that's coming through the chat, that's rocking with us, man. It's special. It's a lot of comments going on in the chat. I've never clicked the button. I'm gonna try something new right now, bro.
Sure, go for it.
Just to see. Uh, but there's a button that says show comments on
All right.
stage. So I'm gonna turn it on, and
Okay,
we're
look at
gonna and
that.
we're gonna and we're gonna see. Okay, that's the first time I've ever done it.
Oh,
So
nice. Okay, I like that.
that's how it shows. Okay, all right. See, I've never seen it, and you can see those, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's on my frame, right? It looks like it's on my side. This is
Yeah,
Stephen T. Miller. Good morning. I got Daniela. I see your wife, Kizzy. Full total hip replacement thanks to the VA. I used the surgeon of my choice for $0. Use your benefits for your benefit. Use your benefits for your benefit, veterans. Amen.
right,
So
right.
look at that. Thank you, Kizzy, and thank you, everyone. Thank you for your
Yeah,
comments, guys, gals. Like this is serious here. Like you notice this isn't a feel good show, right? Like I get to open up. I get to talk about my life. Coach T.O. gets to share his life. We get to bring on people here, not because we want to relive events, right? But because we know that shared pain is less pain. We know that
right,
by us sharing it, there's someone currently going through something. We had our brother Steve. He's been with us. He's a friend of the show. He's been with us since day one. He was a part of the marathon. 35 years now, sober, and he's going through some things to include, imagine losing your spouse. You know, like
right.
I couldn't even imagine that right now.
Yeah,
Like as early on in my sobriety, brother, I can't imagine me not having my wife. That's
right.
why it is one day at a time. That's why
Yeah,
it is roll call, and I need you guys. You know, because can you imagine? You know, just life situation. Life is going to happen. We talk about life,
yeah,
life,
bro.
life.
We talk it all the time. That's right.
We
Life,
need each other.
man. Yeah, that's and I think again, man, as we move forward and continue to traverse throughout 2026. Yeah, I like this a lot better, bro. I'll work on it to see where we can position it. I
That's
don't want
cool.
it to take up your whole mainframe and things like that.
That's cool,
I,
man.
we'll figure it out because again, a lot of times as we both know, man, things continue to grow. Wherever you see consistency, things continue to grow. And I'm telling you all, man, as it's just January the 5th. Imagine come June, July, with the lead and the build up to the release of Born to Risk Veterans Edition, the inaugural, man. It's going to be crazy, bro.
Yeah,
And
that's incredible.
yeah, it's going to be crazy as we speak. Chapters are being submitted as we speak. People are thinking on that same sentiment. When I say people, the individual veterans are part of this project. They're really thinking about, man, how do I help someone else? How do I impact others? How can I share my greatest story of risk and be able to really, truly, all jokes aside, impact someone else? Whether that's a veteran that's, out and about struggling, whether that's active duty service member that's trying to get to the finish line, the gusto. It's difficult. Should I stay in the army, or should I get out and go home because I feel like I'm missing something? There's so many different things that God is doing, you all. Shout out to our brother in the chat right now, man, Stephen Miller. Where two or three gather. Shout out to, brother Steve Moore. Like I said before, man, it's some of us, Reverend Emilio, this is real, man. I have to say it, bro. Some of us, man, we'll go back to those same vices, man, if we do not have this.
Yes, yes.
People ask me all the time, man, and my wife knows, man. People ask me about how I started Lightbulb, why I do Lightbulb, and I'm sure same similar for you. Why you started why you started Co-author Network, why you did Guinness Book of World Records, why you thought about Born to Risk, and all the million amazing things that you do, brother. Uh, I could say for self, man, like You know this, Emilio. You was there at that Airbnb in Manassas. Shout out to the He-Man brothers. Uh, I don't ever want to go back, bro. And when I say, man, go back, I don't want to go back to that dark place, bro. Like this here, and I didn't have it just sitting here just to be sitting here. I keep it close by, man, wherever I'm at, bro. This here is my life, man, and it's a reminder all the time, man, that alcohol is real, bro. That weed is real. The edible pills or whatever, they're real. The crack is real. And now adding all of these new things, fentanyl and ice spice, whatever. I mean, I know that's a MC. You shout out to her, but whatever it is, it's so many new drugs out there that I don't even know what they are, man. I saw a dude flopping around on the concrete like a fish. And they said, hey man, that's what this new drug does to you. Like he's literally on the ground, flopping around, head banging on the concrete, his nose is bleeding, his lips bleeding. And he's on the ground, man. And it made me so emotional just watching that. Because I was like, bro, that's a demonic spirit in that man's body. And he has no control over himself at all, bro. And for those, shout out to Brother Steve Moore once again. We understand that deep layer of when you don't have control over yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it takes the spirit of God, man, to remove those things. Some of them are hereditary, some of them are genetic. Uh, Again, man, like my parents didn't smoke dope. They didn't. They didn't even know what it was until Nancy Reagan got on TV and said, "This is your brain on drugs," and showed the little egg frying. They didn't know what it was. So how do they help their youngest baby boy son? And they don't even know. They're just, wow, he's not himself right now. So all I'm saying, Reverend Emilio, and for sake of time, brother, um, I'm proud of you. I say it, man, wholeheartedly. You transferred and you replaced, you refilled a hole. You know what I'm saying? With real hope, with real servitude, with real uh, resilience. And again, we understand it. There's someone out there right now that's going to hear this today. Whether you're a veteran, whether you're not a veteran, you're Dylan. I'm a certified leadership coach. Emilio's a certified leadership coach and certified in so many other areas that we both know, man. And as we displayed on Friday, we really can help you. We really can. But until the mouth confesses first, we don't know if we don't know. And we don't expect someone to come in the live chat right now. Hey, I'm an alcoholic and I need you guys' help. If you do, great. Because we're not going to judge you first and foremost. You're looking at two men that have been down that rabbit hole, uh, have through the grace of God climbed out of it, muddy, dirty, disgusting feeling, hurting others. We know all of those dark feelings, but you could always reach out to us offline if you got certain questions about anything related. We have spouses that understand what it is to be a spouse of a veteran. We have spouses that are veterans. The plethora, once again, is the word I love to use because it's true. The plethora of resources that we have. You need a professor to help your 10-year-old son read. We got Professor Stu Maynard. He's certified. You looking for an organization that you can tap into, Jackal and Height, Press Forward. It's the resources. You need a certified VA representative to help you with your claims. We got Eddie Ars and many others that can help you. So sharing is caring. Emilio, you say it every day. Sharing is caring. We understand this platform is Facebook, you all. You know, we can stream it to Instagram. We can stream it to Twitch. We're also streaming to YouTube right now. We can stream it to LinkedIn. We can stream it to TikTok. We can stream it to so many different aspects. But hey, again, man, anything wide range, trust me, a lot of times when it's positive, it's harder to do. Reverend Emilio, you know this, bro. God's just saying to me in my spirit to say it today, this morning, bro. Trust me. The more positive it is, it's almost like the least it gets shared. The
Yes.
more ratchet, the more we sitting here talking about bull crap.
Correct.
The more everybody is, and again, man, that's not far off in deranged. That's the truth, man. It's the
Yeah.
same thing in music. So the more positive, sometimes the message, kind of gets pushed to the wayside for all the things that is the latest gossip, the latest scoop. Well, I'm telling you all out there, man, we're gossiping right now about helping veterans. We're gossiping about helping families of veterans. We're gossiping about, how can we help you if you're dealing with things that we've experienced. So everyone out there, whether you're a business owner, whether you are a publishing company, whatever outfit that you may be in, physical fitness, shout out to Monty Hay. I know he's heavy into the physical fitness space, martial arts space, Mark Cox, coaching and whatnot, Jose Escobar. We could name so many different individuals. Share, because this is a higher calling, and Reverend Emilio said it, man. This ain't about Reverend Emilio. This ain't about T.O. Clay. We both have so many different situations that if we never turn this stream back on ever again, that we're still going to follow in the right path in which that we're going. But we took the calling, man. 07 roll call. We're here on deck. Uh, Dr. Vinnie Cochran, we thank you, brother. Steve Miller, Steve Moore, Brian
Mhm.
Kurian, all of the names. So, man, I know sometimes, hey, Emilio, I get to run in my mouth, brother, and
No,
I'm
man,
sorry.
we're good. No, this is great. Thank you, man. You've hit so many great points, and now you were touching on what touched your spirit. And
Yeah,
believe me,
bro.
if it touched you, if it touched your spirit, obviously someone needs to hear it. And I always say, I trust what shows up, right? So you trust what
Indeed.
shows up.
That's right.
What I wanted to share before we close down, and to add, right, because you so eloquently expressed it, and you're like, this isn't about us. This is, and look what's happened to us, right? Because we get filled by helping others. Isn't that
That's
something?
it. That's
That
it,
it's
bro.
just something. It's the way God created it. And so
Yeah.
what I want some people that may be struggling right now, and I heard my wife yesterday in conversation with Kim Finley. I just happened to be walking by, and she said something about, of course, right? I'm walking by, and Emilio said something on the roll call, and they were trying to figure out what I said. I mean, she was like, I like what he said, but I didn't know what the words. And of course, I'm like, I'm listening, right? I'm like, what is everybody talking about me, right?
Hmm.
And so I said euphoric recall. With someone with like you and I, anyone who's been in active addiction, one of the dangers is like you'll never hear me talk about, oh, Coach, yo, do you remember? Remember when you and I were in Philly, we had that drink? Woo,
Hmm.
yo, that was awesome, man.
Right, right,
And
right.
because that stuff takes you out. If you are
That's triggered.
anyone, your triggers, right? It brings you in there. So
Yeah.
remember, 1% doubt, you're out. So that's
Hmm.
something that you don't want to play with. You don't want to romance that time and space. You just don't want to
Yeah.
do it because the brain will take you there. That's one of the things you learn in rehab. Yeah. So
Gotta put it
that's
on. Yeah. That's a
yeah, but
bar, bro. That's
it's real
that's
talk.
that's applaud worthy. That's real talk right there, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, watching out for the dangers. Again, if you truly are active, right? If you're someone that has a husband, a child, someone that you care about, right? Make sure that you create that environment for them that you remove these things, these alcohol, and that you go ahead. I know we hear the word intervention a lot, right?
Yeah.
But listen, you call up, if, for example, like my wife, she'll tell you she doesn't want anybody bringing any alcohol in here. Like she loves my friends, and a lot of my friends, you know, they drink and all, and I used to drink with them. She was like, there will be no one bringing any alcohol in this house. You will not be welcome here. And I was like, man, it's a little extreme. Like this is just me, but I know what she's doing. She's protecting her man. Right? She wants to make sure that if she can eliminate, you know, somebody bringing in that space. So that's what you got to do, right? This is what you got to do. So that touched my heart based off of what you said, Coach Teal.
Man, it's, you know, my spirit literally just now just went to, you know, decisions, man. The decisions are real in terms of the struggles that we face. When you think about Born to Risk, you know this, Reverend Emilio, when you think about Born to Risk, man, you think about this project that we're so graciously putting our time, our effort, our experience, our skill set into. This Born to Risk. Trust me, man, there's aspects of this that we can't sit here and physically say out of our mouth, because the grace of God is the most omnipresent and potent that our brains can fathom. I'll say that again. It's the most omnipresent and potent that God's going to do in terms of this project.
Amen.
For his people. That's what this is. It's real. And my spirit felt there's someone that still drinks right now, right? There's someone is still blowing weed right now. Listen, we don't judge you. And I say that on behalf of Reverend Emilio and I. We don't judge you, man. We are here based on it almost took our life. It really did. Like it took us. It took us, you know, to places that we don't ever want to go again. That may not be the case with you or a family member. You know, you could be a veteran right now, top of the morning, you already putting the bottle, you know, to the lips. Right now, we're talking about right now in this moment, because you feel there's no way out. You haven't realized and looked at yourself and realized that, man, this has become a real problem and I can't function without it. Trust me, there's resources and there's help. You may not realize that you need the help right now. And we're not drug addiction counselors. We're two individuals that have experienced it. We both have literally experienced what we're talking about here. We're qualified to speak on it. Sometimes more qualified than the person that has the piece of paper, because they've never experienced it. They went through school and got it. No knock on them, but we literally have experienced, man, what it is to be a functioning alcoholic, to be a functioning, functioning drug addict, straight up and down. And God, again, that same omnipresent, that same omnipotent said, hey, you're either going to fight with me or it's going to take you out. Like you said, institutionalized, in jail, or dead. We know that. Like, that's where it leads to. We don't come on here, you know, trying to make anyone feel any kind of way. We come on here because, man, this is a part of our assignment. This is our mission. You know, we're not on here just for sheer numbers and how we can monetize, you know, Facebook and all of that. All of that's cool. It comes with business territory and all of that, but that's not our main purpose and focus of why we're here. We're here because two veteran Marines coming together saying, hey, if we were overseas and they dropped us in Venezuela today, me and Reverend Emilio Román are going to find a way to impact and help the individuals that's out there right stinking now. Someone, oh, they're American, get them. We're going to be like, whoa, hold up. We want no smoke. Hey, we're here to help. How can we help, man? Do we need to move some tables? Do we need to, help
Working
the
party. We're a
chat?
working party.
We're a working party. So again, man, um, it's real, bro.
Yeah.
When I go back and look at this, and whether it's tomorrow, the next day, a month from now, I know the words is coming out of Reverend Emilio's mouth, coming out of my mouth. It's heartfelt, man. We love serving. We love our brothers and sisters who took up arms, regardless of branch of service. We love helping them. We smile as old heads that sit back and somebody was inspired to start their business. Somebody was inspired to write a book. Somebody was inspired to speak more, to speak out, to help more. All of these things is all a part of Born to Risk. And if it's only about you, if it's all only about you, this is not the place, man. It's not. We could take it in so many different directions in terms of that, because there's people out there that still haven't figured out that it's just not about you. And long as you don't see that, again, we see it. And we know it's about giving, man. Friday was about giving. Friday was about sacrifice. Friday with the flu, sick, coughing and hacking up, but I'm still going to show my face and give all the strength in me that I could give. You did that, Reverend Emilio. We truly thank you for it, man. Shout out to everybody. Thank you all, man. And lastly, I just want you to know, Reverend Emilio, as we sit here this morning, it's 8:03. We've been going hot for an hour. Man, it is an exciting time in 2026, man.
Mm,
And as I look over your shoulder at that shark and underneath that wrist circle, man, like that's fire right there for one. My son's always asking me, Dad, what's your favorite color? And it's black. It's not about me being African American black.
right.
I love black, man. A lot of my clothes that you see, you can go back and look at 1,000 of these videos. More so often I got on black. I love that black Marines right there. Like, just I love black because of so many other colors can go with it, and it's just amazing. But looking at that behind you, bro, it's awesome because again, it's something born.
Yes.
Born to risk, man. We're borning these ideas into reality. If you could make it up to Philly come March, Jacqueline Height, press forward. Oh man, Michael Spinks, bro. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
It's gonna be crazy. Yes. Yes. Thank you, brother. So as before we close out, but yes, you hit on some great things, man. Hey guys, give it up. Hit the clap for Coach
hit
T.O.
that, yeah,
I don't have it
man.
for the stage though. Thank you, my brother, again for pouring out your heart. And again, we just trust what shows up, right? And here's
That's it.
we didn't even have a layout of what we're going to talk about. We showed up, and you see what happens. You see what happens. The right people show up. Isn't that interesting,
Yeah,
right?
bro.
When you're in alignment, and when you do what you're called to do, when you're obedient to the word, and
That's it.
and it
That's
takes
it.
sometimes somebody else to say, "Hey, are you good?" Like somebody check
Yeah.
up on you, just say, "Are you good?" And I'm like, well, why are they asking that? Maybe I'm
Yeah,
not
bro.
good, right? It takes us. And so mypressforward.org, check her out.
Yeah,
My
bro.
God, Jacqueline Height, she pours into so many of us. And so she's asking. So Jonathan Ragland, blessings to you and everyone showing up.
Yeah, JJ Ragland. Shout out Jacqueline Height. Yes, bro.
Jacqueline Height is really pouring out, and she's done a lot for a lot of others through her nonprofit, again, which she
Yeah.
started because there were no resources available to her. And so she created it. Isn't that
Yeah,
something?
bro.
So we're going to be
Yeah.
down with her in March. And I believe it's going to be, I think it's New York area. I know you mentioned Philly, but I think she said it's going to be
Oh, that's right. That's right.
in the New York area. And it's Michael Spinks, and we got Ray Mercer. They're going to be joining. So if anyone who saw Jacqueline Heights and enjoyed Michael Spinks, that company, She put it out there. She's only offering 10 of $500 sponsorship, and you get to attend the event, and you get to have, a special conversation with them and a photo op. You out your mind not saying
Yeah,
yes.
bro.
So
Yeah,
you're supporting veterans.
Yeah, bro. It's and Ray Mercer, man, being a veteran himself, bro. Like
What a heart he has.
if you didn't see it on Friday, again, it's out there. You can go to the Light Bulb Lessons Facebook page, uh, and just listen to Ray Mercer and the things he talked about, man. He hit the key wickets, Reverend Emilio.
Mhm.
He talked about the brotherhood, the sisterhood. That's why he's with Jackie today, because of what he has physically seen her do.
Yes.
It's not about the accolades. Hey, he's retired from boxing. He's moved on with his life. But the other aspect that he really talked about, a particular question was asked to him about the 12th round. When you're in the 12th round and you don't feel like fighting anymore, what do you do, Ray? What did you do? A lot of his
Right.
fights didn't go to 12 rounds. You got to understand that from the boxing perspective, Ray Mercer was knocking folks out like straight up and down. A lot of his fights didn't even get to the 12th round, but the ones that did, it takes an extra push. And he was able to relate that with the current veteran out there that's in the 12th round, that's fighting for their life right now, that's out there stressed out, struggling, broke, don't know where the next meal is going to be, don't know about any resources, has no VA benefit in their mind or whatever's going on. Like he said, man, for one, man, the God is real, and for two, just understand that you can't do anything but keep pressing forward. So mypressforward.org is very impactful in so many different ways, collabing. And man, just everyone out there, man. Like I said, from BK, Brian Kurian, just so many individuals that came by. Kim Brody, man, we love Kim Brody. Finley, like, man, that was
Yeah.
special, bro. Because
Yes.
again, she gives so much, she pours all the time. She's like a mother, in so many ways. And I thank her personally, man, for times, that I've been in the space with her. Just her smile, man. Like, just her smile. Just, hey, I'm here, seeing her on the Benjamin Franklin yacht working and, behind the scenes and
Oh, yeah,
what's
volunteer.
needed.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
amazing.
what can I do to help? Man, that's real service, bro. Many people have lip service. They say something, but the actions don't line up. Man, Kim Brody, her actions speak louder than words, bro. You could physically see her doing it. So again, it's a family of many great people. And man, we've been adding the additions to the family. I think we still have a couple more chapters out
More
there,
chapters. Yes.
correct?
Yeah,
Yeah,
brother.
it's
Yeah.
still a couple, man, for
Yes.
Born to
Yeah.
Risk.
Couple more
So,
chapters.
yeah,
Thank you, Coach Theo. I'll just say this for those of you who said yes, thank you. There's a couple of more benefits that we didn't even share with you because they weren't even available to us yet. But the benefits are far more than just having a chapter and being branded. You're going to be an award-winning author. We're launching it in Virginia Beach. Part
hmm
of what we have an annual event now called the Ultimate Beach Mastermind. So we haven't decided if we're going to keep it in Virginia. I think we may, because I love Virginia, and I think you will as you will, Coach Theo. But I'm thinking we may take the Ultimate Beach Mastermind just around the country. We
yeah,
may end up, in Myrtle Beach or some other family towns because we want to keep it family. We want to make sure that we're doing that.
yeah, bro,
But what we're doing special is we're doing the veteran book tour. So
yeah,
that
yes,
is what's going to be special.
yeah,
So
bro,
it's going to be special. So the veteran book tour, that's something that if anyone's out there and you have the resources to bring our veterans, whether it's a coffee shop, a restaurant, we're looking to come in. And not that all the veterans in the book have to be there, but your story's there.
yeah, bro,
That's the genius thing that most people don't really, they haven't figured out. Your story is going to be carried out when you're not there. That's called true leverage. So
Yes.
that's the leverage. That means your story is going to have influence, impact, and hey, let's just keep it
Income.
real. You're going to earn an income from
That's
your
right.
story by doing it one time. So no one can tell me income isn't a thing for them. No one. And we're going to be real. If you can find, and we charge $1,500, $1,500 to be in that story. If you can find me a better investment, two better mouthpiece than Coach T.O. and I would say go for it.
Right.
Go for it.
Right.
And the truth is you can't, because look what we're doing. These books are already in France, right? And right now we got Greece. Our books are going to be pushed all over.
Bro.
So
yes,
if impact is really what you want, and you say you want impact, people, your story is the way to do it. And by the way, finally, your story is your legacy in print.
Yeah, bro. It's a fact, bro. Like that's a fact.
Yeah.
Like some people, man, may not understand. And it's okay that we're a little bit over, bro.
Yeah.
We're a little bit over, and it's okay, man. We're not going 12 hours today.
I know, right?
Go back and look at that on Friday. But hey, what Rev Emilio is saying right now, man, it's so crucial. Whether someone catches the early part of this stream or right now, what we call telling Charlie. For one, there's a gentleman out there named Jonathan Ragland, right? Known as JJ Rags. JJ Ragland runs his own RV park. He is we call it the forward, meaning hey, where the first sergeant is, the sergeant major, the master guns, master sergeant, they at the forward with the colonel, with the general. That's the hub. He's got his own hub down there in Houston, man. RV, state of the art, just I could keep bragging on JJ, but JJ's heart is the most important. JJ is already said, man, come to Houston, you all. He's already helping veterans out there. You got Jacqueline Height up north, New Jersey, same thing. North of Emilio. Emilio's in New Jersey. Daniela, she's a little bit further north. I think maybe the Camden area, somewhere up there. I'm not sure, but same thing, man. Those are areas in which, man, veterans are truly going to benefit. Virginia Beach, bro. I've been there numerous times. There's some of you out there to see this, hear this. You've been there, but I'm telling you, when Born to Risk shows up there, it's a whole nother level. It's like Atlantic City, because I know originally you said Atlantic City.
Right.
It's the same thing, man. When there's a big prize fight there, Atlantic City is on beam compared to just a normal Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday throughout. I'm not saying it's not great, because it is great area to be. But same goes for Virginia Beach, you all. Come August, a book release, twofold, signature edition and veterans edition. Man, it's going to be so many authors. Man, it's going to be dang on great camaraderie. It's going to be a real family reunion. You heard Emilio say it. It's going to be a real family reunion. This ain't just another event, you all. We deal with events all the time. And I'm telling you, I say it publicly, live stream. If Jesus Christ himself walked in my studio and said, who puts on the best events, T.O.? Man, Daniela and Emilio Roman. Emilio Roman and Daniela. Whichever way you want to say it, best events. Why? Because it's true, heartfelt family. It's not you get there feeling like you've been robbed. You get there feeling like you're not wanted. Kim Brody, Kimberly Wardell. I could name countless people. Maria Garcia that will vouch for that. Latasha Jimerson will vouch for that. Anthony Cutno, all of us. Dr. Oliver T. Reed, we all know it's something special when we come together under the leadership of Reverend Emilio Roman. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't that. I'd be upstairs looking at the news right now, something maybe. but I'm here because God called me. You know, Emilio asked me, God called me. And I said, man, that's a brother that I love wholeheartedly, and I've seen the fruits of his labor. So again, you all, man, trust me, I cry to Emilio all the time. I call him and I'll cry, and man, this person said this, they don't want to be a part. And because I know in my spirit what it really is. And those of you all that have already been rocking with us, man, we sincerely thank you. We sincerely thank you, man. Like, all jokes aside, is there something that we say as United States Marines, and all service members understand this? Stay the course. Stay the course, man. Because you've consumed and become a part of a movement that is greater than all of us. Again, and sometimes from Reverend Emilio to myself, we have to, kind of shun ourselves, because there's someone out there right now today that needs our help. There's someone that needs your help. And man, when you have that physical in your hand come August, bro,
Yep.
your life is going to change. Emilio, you know this. You got it in your hand right now, bro.
Yeah.
Your life truly is going to change. And that's even for us that's already published authors. We already understand that life change, but I'm telling you, that book in Reverend Emilio's hand is a life changer, bro. And when you can physically hold that, and there's 40 authors in there all sharing their greatest story of risk, man, come on, bro. Like, if you ask me to right now, I got a Range Rover sitting in my driveway. I've had it since 2004. It's an '02 Range Rover, the square body. It's sitting in the driveway right now. Many of my friends out there, they know the white Range Rover, man. I'm telling you, if I take that Range and I try to go sell it today, there's some connoisseurs out there that want Range Rovers, and they want that particular year or that body style. They're rare. They're hard to find now.
Mhm.
But I'm telling you, bro, I don't have to sell Born to Risk. As soon as someone picks it up and they see that shark, bro, and they know that, man, these are veterans sharing their story. A lot of veterans don't share their story. So
Yeah.
those of you that stepped up to say yes,
Yeah.
telling
Support our
you, bro,
veterans.
like, that's it. If you stepped up and said yes, regardless of where you are in life, bro, trust me, stay the course. Stay the
Yes.
course, man. Stay the course, because come August, you're gonna see a smile on this gentleman's face. You're gonna see a smile on my face, because we understand, man, it's in alignment and what God sees fit, man, and people will be blessed by it. That's it, man. I'll
Thank
leave it at that, man. And
you, brother. What a
parting
blessing.
words, and man, we'll get out of here, Emilio. Whatever's on your
Yeah.
heart, bro.
Yeah. No,
That's it.
listen. Thank you, brother. You really covered a lot of the bases, and thank you again for pouring your heart out and sharing it, guys, gals. Love you all.
Yeah.
Coach Tio, he'll take us out in prayer. But listen, have a great start to your week. We are now on the 5th. It's 5th of January, like
Yeah.
Q1. If you're an entrepreneur, Q1. Remember, if you're a real player in business, right? There's things that you should be doing. There's a community that you should be walking along. And
Mhm.
so we're here. We're here to help you. And we help our veterans, our brothers and sisters. But we also have businesses to run. We got to pay the bills, right?
That's right.
You know, there's things that have to be covered. And so we have the books, we have the events. If you feel like you want to support veterans, maybe here's one of the things that's coming to me that came earlier that I didn't get clear really, really, really quickly. You can pre-order the books from your favorite veteran. So, for example, this is the time to do it. Okay, so I don't have the list in front of me right now. We won't go through it, but you can buy pre-order books. You want to buy one book, want to buy 5, 10, get it from the particular veterans that are part. Coach T.O., he's a part of it.
Right.
What you need to understand is the books not only support every purchase doesn't just pay for the book, right? They pay for, and it's clearly on the back, it supports our veterans. Why does
Mhm.
support matter? We have Thanksgiving dinner for homeless veterans, Every purchase supports this. We have a Christmas card drive, right, for hospitalized veterans. Think about it. Every purchase supports these two initiatives. Let's add another component. Coach T.O. has his own organizations that he loves and he supports,
That's
right?
right.
So this is a compounded effect. So ultimately, at the end of the day, every purchase of the book may support 10 to 15 to 25 causes.
Yeah,
Think
bro.
about the impact of that when you buy a book. Think about it. So this is why we've created this in the style and the tier that we have, because it truly is about the impact and the influence that your purchase has.
Yeah, bro. Man, that says it all, brother. And I appreciate you. Thank you all for chopping in with us today. Man, we hope, man, you're back in mental mode, man, of pressing forward. Once again, shout out to Jackie Height. Press forward, man. Somebody that started this year, knock on wood, is not going to be here at the end of the year. Straight up and down. We all know it. Hey, we got suits in the daggone closet and nice dress shoes, and it's sad to say, man, like, hey, man, nobody is promised tomorrow. It's just that simple. I didn't come up with that concept. If it was up to me, man, we live forever in the physical. Spiritually, we live forever. I believe that wholeheartedly. But I'm telling you all, man, coaching, thinking cap, do something different today, man, that you didn't
Yes.
do yesterday. Do something different today that you didn't do yesterday. Reach out, help someone. Pray if you haven't prayed in a few days. Uh, Whatever it may be, man, go take a walk outside. Take your shoes off, go stand in the grass. I know in some places it's really cold. Some down in Florida, it may not be as cold, but do something different. And simple prayer this morning. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever. Amen. Man, I love you, brother.
Amen. Love you too, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for that. We'll make an egress out here quietly as we're preparing
Yes.
our day. Big shout out
Yes.
to Kizzy, your daughter, and your sons. Big hugs to all of them. And we're
Yeah,
we're,
bro.
we're gonna catch up later.
Absolutely, brother. Love
Thank you
you
so
all out
much.
there, man.
God bless you, brother.